Hello, everybody. I'm super excited to be here today with John Paul Briones, who is a content writer at InMotion Hosting, and Carrie Smaha, who is a demand generation manager at InMotion Hosting. They are sponsors for WP Campus. Our conference is next Tuesday, and we're excited to talk a little bit with InMotion Hosting about higher ed and hosting solutions and some of the challenges here today, and then you'll be able to connect with them next week as well. So welcome, both of you. Does one of you, maybe Carrie, do you want to start off by introducing InMotion Hosting to us for people who aren't familiar?
Absolutely. And before I start, thank you for having us here. So InMotion Hosting is a premium web hosting provider, and we offer shared WordPress, reseller, VPS, and dedicated server plans. We also offer domains, custom web design services, a website builder tool, and our newest product, which is hosted private cloud. We are a customer-centric technology company, and we offer live US-based customer support 24/7. We are also 100% employee-owned and operated. So we spend a lot of time investing in comprehensive training and career development opportunities for our employees. And with this training, it further reinforces our commitment to each other and the success of our customers. And this year, we are celebrating our 20th anniversary of providing great products, services, and support to our customers.
That is so awesome. I did not know that you guys were employee owned. That's so cool.
Absolutely.
My company, Equalize Digital, is a certified B Corp, and I love to hear about other companies that are doing things to like bring employees in and make a cool workplace. So that is super awesome. What got you guys all interested in sponsoring WP Campus?
Well, we really love WordPress, and we're committed to supporting open source platforms. So it allows users to create and publish freely on the web. And it's important to us to sponsor communities that also support open source platforms so we can continue to make the technology accessible to everybody. We also strive to provide knowledge back to the members of the open source community too, through our years of technical expertise.
Awesome. So I did a little digging because I always like to look into the companies, and I saw that you guys offer free hosting for teachers and discounts to students and other educators, which I thought was really cool. Again, like that personally resonates with me a lot. Like I love to see companies that are, giving back to the community and doing different things. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's very important to foster an environment that is conducive to learning and decreasing those barriers to do so. So through our educational discount program, teachers and professors can get a hosting plan for free on our shared power package for an entire year. We can also provide multiple shared hosting accounts to teachers for a small additional fee if they need to leverage multiple websites for their students. And then students can receive up to 50% off on our shared hosting by simply having an active.edu email or a student ID. And for students pursuing careers in web development, marketing, it's important to have affordable hosting environment that they can learn on and tinker with. So we try to make that accessible for them. And then it also allows them to create a portfolio site to show off their work. And if anybody's interested, they can go to inmotionhosting.com/edu.
Cool to get all that information. I know too, when I was looking at it, I saw a post recently that you were donating school supplies to local schools, and you have kind of this value-centric way around operating. Could you share some information about that?
Yeah, so our core values are really the foundation of our business. And our core value of we care is caring about each other, our environment, and the community. So since 2012, we've held annual school supply drives and donated boxes of not only school supplies, but computers, workstations, and accessories as well. And just earlier this year, we delivered 10 workstations to outfit the Teen Tech Center at a local Boys and Girls Club. So we love giving back to the community and providing kids with the tools they need to learn.
That's awesome. I love that so much. So let's talk a little bit about higher ed and shifting into like the hosting and some of the challenges they might have there. So Carrie, maybe you can answer this one. What challenges do you think higher education institutions face when it comes to hosting?
Yeah, so like three things kind of come to mind when we think about the challenges that they face. So the first one would be, as they're looking for a provider, am I hosting a public facing website, or is it a private portal to serve faculty and students? So for both of these situations, it will be critical to have a hosting environment that is secure, to protect the data of the faculty, students, and even online applicants who are submitting their data to get accepted into a school. We recommend dedicated servers because it is a completely private hosting environment and it is not shared with other customers. And just out of the box, they provide security and reliability and performance 24/7. And, you know, if you're not sure what you need, you know, you can always talk to us and we'll figure out what's best for you based on needs and budgets, because sometimes higher institutions don't have a high budget either. So that's why we offer the discounts too, because we understand that as a challenge.
So you sort of have to balance the security and like the need, like maybe the volume, I guess, and then with needing to be in a dedicated environment.
Absolutely, yeah. So the second thing that comes to mind is, do they need to host a learning management system? Like Moodle would be one, to allow the the staff to manage online classes more easily. So if the answer is yes, finding hosting that includes a LAMP stack. So LAMP is LAMP, and that stands for Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. And then for those who need a turnkey solution, finding a hosting provider that offers cPanel and Softaculous. This makes it easy for anyone to install a popular learning management system with just a few clicks and a guided setup process. So just really streamlining that for them without having to know all the backend management.
Are they typically, I'm going to interrupt you here for a second.
Sure.
Are they typically hosting learning management systems on the same server as a public website, or would you recommend like having separate dedicated instances for both of those?
It depends on the scenario, but it could definitely be useful to have them on separate instances. And then perhaps the learning system is on a subdomain, like students dot whatever your domain is, so that they can go to that.
That makes sense.
But yeah. Especially if the technology stack is different, you might want them completely different just because of how the server is configured.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third thing that comes to mind is, does the hosting company provide technical support and managed hosting? We understand that not all institutions have a large on-site marketing or technical department. So who do you turn to for support when something goes wrong on your website? So when you find yourself needing customer support, look for a provider that offers live US-based support 24/7. And you can get to them through phone, chat, and email. Because being able to reach out easily to a human for fast and friendly support is really critical to your success. And then for those who do like to troubleshoot problems on their own, make sure the provider offers an online knowledge base. InMotion Hosting has an online support center with more than 5,000 free tutorials to help with just about anything, from email to server configurations, WordPress, and all kinds of LMSs. So, and then finally, for the managed hosting part, the term managed hosting means that the hosting company takes care of everything for you. So server updates, security patches, DDoS protection, and more. And then you can also leverage some of your some hosting companies to customize your server settings, optimize your applications, and enhance your security for a small fee. And it's like having an on-demand IT professional at your disposal, especially when you don't have that in-house team. So nice to be able to just turn around and reach out to your hosting company for that.
Yeah. I feel like I've actually Googled questions that I've had, and I've found your support articles, even though it was like maybe at a different hosting company. It's like, oh, this article is so helpful. So I can totally attest that I have seen those naturally come up. It's a huge resource and a huge benefit to be able to access that kind of stuff for sure.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a customer. It's free for everybody. So again, using that technology or our expertise and all of our training to just make that accessible to all.
Yeah, so one of the things I was looking at is you have a lot of resources surrounding OpenStack. And I read a blog post recently where someone mentioned they are putting together an OpenStack guide specifically for education. So for people who don't know, can you tell us a little bit about what OpenStack is and how colleges and universities can benefit from this kind of setup?
Yeah, so OpenStack is an open source platform for building your own cloud on your own hardware. And OpenStack is the favorite solution for everyone from large enterprises to small universities. Universities in particular love OpenStack because they can enjoy better security and privacy than big public clouds for their cloud computing needs. Our on-demand OpenStack platform called FlexMetal Cloud is especially good for universities who do not have the resources to run their own cloud computing infrastructure, but still need to access high-performance private cloud computing. And thanks to OpenStack's open source license model and our own economies of scale, we can offer higher education institutions cloud computing resources at a much more affordable and sustainable price than large public cloud providers like Google, Microsoft, or Amazon.
So you guys really make it more accessible, and you can provide the support. Maybe if somebody thinks they want to move towards OpenStack, but they don't maybe have the in-house resources to totally build it all, you can kind of help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have a managed private cloud offering as well. So we can definitely help them with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the other thing I'm curious, maybe John Paul, you can answer this one. Can you tell us a little bit about UltraStack within InMotion hosting?
Of course. To provide optimal speed and performance for our shared WordPress and VPS hosting lines right out of the box, we created UltraStack. UltraStack is our proprietary operating system stack that we've optimized and set up to be the simplest and fastest web hosting experience possible. So through our team's experience and skills, we created a stack that's customizable and it's suitable for almost any CMS, PHP or HTML-based site. We managed to do this by leveraging server-level software and caching tools, which provides the best speed and uptime possible. So at its core, UltraStack includes fine-tuned software such as Nginx proxy caching, Redis object caching, and PHP FPM for the PHP handler. And the bottom line is your site will be fast for both you and your users.
Awesome. And is this something that you see a lot of like college and universities utilizing as their hosting platform within InMotion?
It's something that's really starting to grow now because we've actually been partnering with some colleges to build specifically what they need. So it really depends on what their specific needs are. But yes, we have definitely been partnering with a lot of colleges and universities in order to better deliver what they're specifically looking for on the fly.
Awesome. So it can be like customized for the customer's needs.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It totally comes in hand when you have a WordPress site and you're leveraging a lot of plugins or some custom functionality through the caching. It just makes serving that site a lot faster because it can be easy to bog down your site with a lot of plugins. So we try to make that easy out of the box by putting all of that caching just at the server base level. So
great. So can you give us a little sneak peek to anything that's like coming up at InMotion hosting or anything new?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for asking. We are currently overhauling our WordPress hosting product line to provide a seamless experience for anyone, regardless of skill level. The new WordPress platform will come with a full suite of tools that will streamline website management workflows. It will take the hassle out of website creation and management with an all-in-one dashboard that helps create, update, and manage multiple WordPress sites. And best of all, each site is hosted on a high-powered cloud server. And we hope to launch this product by early 2022.
Well, that's very exciting. So if somebody wants to kind of be in the know on that, what do they need to do? Like join your email list, follow you on social media? What's the best way to know when that new product launches?
Definitely join our email list, because we will have, like a countdown timer to get people pumped about when it's happening. And, some people can even qualify for a free trial as well. So definitely stay tuned and join the list.
Cool. So as I mentioned earlier, we're chatting with InMotion Hosting because they're sponsoring WP Campus, and they're also going to have a session next week. John Paul, I think you're one of the speakers in that session. Can you give a little blurb about what it's going to be about, who you think should attend your session, what they might get out of it?
Absolutely. So next Wednesday, I'll be doing a talk on WordPress troubleshooting. And it should be good for anyone that uses WordPress or manages multiple WordPress sites. And I'm technically going to be sharing how we do it from a tech support point of view, how we kind of narrow down the cause of the problem. So I'm hoping that it's going to help you next time you run into some WordPress issues and you want to try to narrow down what the cause was.
Do you feel like they have to have like developer level knowledge to attend, or would it be good for faculty and staff as well?
I think it'll be good for most beginning users up to maybe intermediate. I didn't go too far into the advanced troubleshooting, but maybe in a future presentation for sure.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. So I'm super looking forward to that talk because there's always, even if you think you know how to troubleshoot, like I always learn something every time I see what someone else does. And I was like, oh man, I need to add that to my process. So I think it'll be a great talk. So for everyone, just as a reminder, WP Campus starts next Tuesday, September 21st. You can go to 2021.wpcampus.org to get your tickets. It is totally free. We have more than 30 different talks and panels about WordPress and higher ed, accessibility, hosting, all kinds of great conversations are going to be had. And you'll be able to connect with the InMotion hosting team. You can connect with them through our website, or if they want to reach you outside of WP Campus, how can they get a hold of you all?
So we will have a link on our sponsor page where they can set a meeting up with us if they'd like to talk to us more.
Yep, and that is live now. I think I did look and see. So you can set up one-to-one meetings. Yeah. And is that with one of you all?
Yeah, that will be with me.
Okay, awesome. So you guys can go set up a private meeting with Carrie.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you can come to our website. If you want to get in touch with us, you can reach out to the sales team, start a chat there, shoot us an email, call us, or join any of our social channels and just start connecting with us.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day, Carrie and John Paul, to talk. And we look forward to talking more next week.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.